Test, 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 1, 2, 1, 2, test, 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 1, 2, 1, 2.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Hey guys. Morning. It must be a slow news day. Look, you all came. How are you? Good. Good. Thank you for coming. This is a press conference that I was hoping we would not have to have. Okay, we had an incident last night at one of our poll sites where one of our election officials was assaulted. And we have all the necessary security. Security went, EMS went down. It was taken care of. There's an active investigation going on now. Again, it's something that we never, ever thought we would have to say. But our main purpose for doing this is to allay any fears that are out there. You know, our poll sites are safe. They are safe. The judges are fantastic. They are keeping these lines moving. We've had more voters than we've ever seen. We've already had over 200,000 people vote in person in 4.5 days. So you know they're doing a great job. But because it's an active investigation, we will not go further as far as the who, what, where. Okay, that will be left as the investigation goes forward. But I owe it to you all to let you know that we did have an incident last night in the evening as the polls were closing. So we ask for everybody to calm down, just calm down. Like we've been talking about, go to the polls, be prepared, do your homework. You know, we've been saying, remember how we've been saying those 3 Ps? To be prepared, and then we said just be pleasant. We're asking that more and more and more. Because as the lines are getting longer, obviously people are getting a little bit more testy for standing in a line, and we understand that. But the officials are doing a fantastic job, and they don't need to be treated like that. That's all we have to say, just so that you know.
How's the election judge doing?
It wasn't a judge, it was a clerk. It was a clerk. They had medical attention at the site, and they went home. So.
Was this person that assaulted this election worker, were they wearing anything political?
Again, it's an active investigation, so we can't say anything. Again, again, it's not ours to say. It's not ours to say. We have to get in there now and reach out to all of our judges that are working, since we decided that we needed to tell you all and tell the public before the rumor mill started. That's why we're doing this. But we owe it now to our officials to get in touch with them so that they're not going to hear it when you all put it on the news.
Did this person say anything or wear anything that made?
Again, that's the second time. Same question, different. Same question, different time. I can't speak to that because it is an ongoing investigation.
Can you tell us which police department is investigating it right now?
I think it's the sheriff's department.
The sheriff's department? Okay. And is that,
Yeah.
I'm just curious if it happened within the city of San Antonio or another jurisdiction. And I know you can't say anything, but you know, these are the questions that we have to ask.
I know, and I appreciate that, but You know, as you all know, and you've been with us for years and years and years, you know that our standard procedure when we have an election, when we have a large election, is that we work with the EOC. We meet with the EOC, the Emergency Operations Center. We're in contact with them, you know, all day long, every day. And when we go to the EOC, that touches all of the other police departments in the little cities and the school districts, the sheriff, all city of San Antonio. They're all on the same lines, whatever they call that, so that everybody hears what's going on for our election workers, for the protection of the voters.
So Bexar County sheriffs are handling investigations.
Because the elections are Bexar County.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask basically for jurisdiction purposes. So
Right.
so because even if it wasn't one of the cities, the sheriff's office is taking over the investigation.
Correct.
Because it was at a county voting site.
Yes, because
Okay.
it's elections. It's, you know, our elections, and that's why I'm speaking to you, because they're here. They, you know, we put them out there. They work for us, and so.
Are you taking any extra steps because of this?
For that site.
Any sites on that side?
Well, again, we are going to go reach out to all our other officials right now, and we do have the authority under the Texas Election Code that we can post a peace officer at a location. Normally, you don't have any police presence or sheriff's presence because they look at it as intimidation in some aspects, but we are going to place one at this site. And then once we share with our other 50 sites, we'll see if they request. But again, this is a first for us, and we're just glad everybody's safe.
Is there any reminder that you can give people? I know some people might be confused about like if they can wear something, if they can't wear something. Like, is there anything that you're not allowed to wear when going to vote?
Well, yes. I mean, we've covered that in like the 2 previous press conferences, and so I'd really not like to go down that lane because then it could look partisan. And so right now, everybody's been behaving themselves. I mean, as I said, look at that. 204,000 people have already gone through voting, and they've all had a wonderful experience. That's what we need to focus on. We need to focus on that our poll sites are safe, that our election officials are top notch. Some of the voters may not feel that way after they've stood in line. But again, please, please, please assure your listeners, assure your viewers that the election office is on top of this. We're protecting everybody that we can, and we have fantastic communication both with the poll sites at all times and also with any of the law enforcement if we need them.
Jackie, real quick, there have been some comments on the elections Facebook page that have been deleted. What are the deletion notes? Did you see those comments?
Right. Yes, because again, this is such a contentious election, and we've had that policy on since we've had our Facebooks, is to not make it partisan. We are a nonpartisan entity here. We're proud of being nonpartisan, and so we have to keep it that way. We have to have it be a safe space for where our voters can get information. They can look and see how many people have voted or things like that. And we just can't have it turn partisan. And right now, the energy that's going into some of the partisan discussions was over the top. Okay?
The polling site that was affected is still active.
Oh, yes, sir.
Were there any delays or plans to close it early today by chance?
No, sir.
Did it get closed early last night?
No, sir. No, ma'am.
I do have a different question. How many deaf people have used the new deaf Lincoln bill?
That we don't have a handle on. It's out at 5 sites, and we don't get a report of that every evening. We'll be able to wrap that up at the end of early voting.
Okay, and I know we've been trying to keep updated charts tracking turnout from previous elections, but we noticed that on the Secretary of State's website has had 115 more in-person votes than reported in Bexar County. What's the reason behind that?
Well, again, I don't know if you were here when we talked about limited ballots. The limited ballot is available for any voter who is registered in the state of Texas and that has moved to Bexar County. They're here, but they just didn't move their registration with them. So if they have an active registration from Travis County, but they moved here or they're here for school, they can come here to our location. It's the only location in any of the counties, the main early voting site. And they come in and they ask to cast a limited ballot. And what that is, they're going to fill out a paper and we're going to cancel their registration in that other county right then. We will register them here. Then they will go down and get a special ballot because they're only allowed to vote on the items that would be on their ballot in their previous county. So they don't get to vote on any local issues. It's just what they'd vote in their previous county. But those names are not in our registration database because it takes a while. So when you add in the limited ballots, we're good to go.
So with that in context, is this as big of a turnout as you expected?
Oh, this is much, it's about what we expected, yes. I mean, again, when I came out, I just looked, it was 204 something. And we literally were projecting that we'd get 580 to 600 in early voting. And as we all know, next Thursday and Friday will double what we're seeing now. So I think we're still on target. Looking forward to it.
Clerk back at work today.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Spanish speaking at all? Anybody?